Here we are, Tuesday night. I just had a lovely dinner with a great friend of mine.
Jason didn't invite me to.
And I did. And I didn't invite you. No, I did not. But an old friend of mine had a lovely time. It's 8:24 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I'm here with Felice on her second accountability call, and I'm fascinated to see how the day went. Again, on these calls, it's not all about good news. We want everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that went right, the things that went wrong, the things that was lazy, the thing that was too much, too little, good, bad, everything, ugly, and different, because I guarantee every one of you guys out there who are listening to this, the same things, and we just want to know how to deal with it, because it is what it is, and so we just deal with it. All right, then, my lovely. So, well, first of all, I need to bring regional consultant Felice Ricks online. Felice, are you there, my lovely?
I am.
I know you there because you were giving me a hard time about not inviting you for dinner.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so tell me about your day.
Oh, my gosh. I have, everything for you. The whole smorgasbord, the good, bad, ugly, indifferent, and lazy, and, all of that. I've got it all.
Okay, let me hear it.
Okay. So I would like to start, I think, with my big disappointment of the day, and I'm going to label it that, but I'm over it. So I told you yesterday that I had a person that called me and said, hey, I'm enjoying the business, and I will be I invited him to the Tuesday lunch presentation in Addison, and he assured me he was going to be there, and he did not show up.
This is Dylan, right?
Yes.
He didn't show up. You know what? I think that's the only time in Ambit that's ever happened. How dare he do that?
I know it. I think it's the only time. And I'm like, why does it only happen to me? I just don't understand.
It's just not fair. Out of 400,000, 500,000 consultants out there, the only person who ever had someone not turn up to their meetings is you. And he did it to you today. How could he do that during the Purge School week like that?
And he promised.
And he didn't even call you either, right?
And he didn't even call me either.
Well, I got a couple of things to say on that. First of all, more fool him, because not good. But secondly, that's just downright rude. I'm sorry. So if you're listening to this call and you're the type of person who doesn't turn up to people's meetings when you made arrangements, shame on you and smack bottoms. No one's too old for a smack bottom, and don't think I won't do it. You need to be a lot more respectful to people you make an appointment with. I know things happen. I know things crop up. I know sometimes, we're late or whatever, but give someone a call and let them know. Be respectful, because you wouldn't like someone to do it to you. So I'm off my soapbox. I'm sorry it happened to you, but as you know, everybody has this with people just not turning up to meetings. And they said they're going to be there, they said they're going to join, and they don't turn up. And who knows what goes on. I'm sorry that happened. But, it's one of those things. Like Javier Heredia, when we talk, he always says, one thing he's working on the hardest with is managing his disappointments. And I'm not very good at many things, but the one thing I'm actually not too bad at is managing my disappointment. If I don't turn up, I'm going to have a great business presentation anyway. I'm going to learn something. I'm going to chat to my consultants. I turned up. I was there. I did my part. And I'm okay about it. I don't get too down about it.
Okay. Do you give classes in that as well?
What's that? Sorry?
I said, do you give classes in that as well?
You know what I need to? It's called marijuana. I'm just kidding. It's not called. Okay, that was a joke. All right. I do not drink. I do not smoke weed. I do not do anything. I'm just a happy guy, and I choose to be happy, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, when those things happen, I make a choice. I'm not going to let that guy get the better of me. I was there. I was doing my part. My business is growing. I'm making a difference in my life. Who knows what happened? Maybe, let's fingers crossed nothing happened that was bad. Yeah. But, it's okay. I'm sure you were disappointed, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just speak to that, because I was really disappointed, and I was a little bit like, had a little bit of a pity party. I, enjoyed the presentation immensely, as I always do. But, again, it was this whole thing, finally, not finally, but someone that's going to come into business, be dynamic, and all of that. So as I was driving home, I was feeling a little bit put out, not a little bit, but a lot put out by not getting a phone call even. Right. Well, one thing that he had told me, because I kind of said, "Are you sure you're going to come?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to come." And he had $50 in his hand, and he was like, "Here, take this money." And I was like, "No, you can't do cash. You got to do a credit card." No, hold this money because I want you to know that I'm serious about this. So I will be returning his $50 to him at some point, but.
No, keep it. Keep it and go and get drunk on it. No, that's how to manage your disappointment.
Oh, okay. There you go. So maybe I shouldn't have been so disappointed, right? Okay. But then on principle, I just thought, okay. But as I was driving home and, I was just really feeling like a little sorry for myself, a lot. And so then I had to stop. And I said, okay, look. I was like, are you in this business to help people, or are you in this business for you to, get somebody on your team that So I told myself to stop making it about me, to make it about him, and what I was doing was helping him. And, so as opposed to being, I just need a new person on my team that's going to,
right.
get me quadruple bonus and that kind of thing. So I talked myself down out of my disappointment just by telling myself, okay, what are you doing? Is your focus helping someone, or are you just trying to build a team for yourself? So.
Yeah, and that's it. And we all suffer from the same thing. I mean, and that's very noble of you and very vulnerable of you to say that. But for everybody who's listening in, this happens to everybody. We all have people not turn up. And as Felice quite rightly says, you need to stop introverting and making it about you. Woe is me, bit of a pity party thing, and just say, well, look, I offered him help. Didn't turn up, and I'm thinking something must have happened, because if he's offering you money to say, listen, I'm going to be there, then I'm thinking something cropped up, and I think you're going to hear back from him. I certainly would text him if I was you.
So that was going to be my next question: is that because I didn't call him, I didn't, again, I was trying to, as you say, posture yourself in just saying that, you have something great to offer them, as opposed to begging or, just being desperate. Are you sure you're going to come? Are you, and that kind of thing. So I did not respond to him or anything like that. So what should I do?
Okay, I would, you're absolutely, wording is important here, because, again, posture is important. I would say I would definitely give him a call or drop him a text, whichever you feel most comfortable with, especially if you're disappointed. You probably want to text because you can be more controlled in the language and stuff that you're using, whereas, sometimes people come across, they're disappointed, and the other people know it. Now, some people would say, well, yeah, they should know you're disappointed because they were darn rude and didn't turn up. But I would say, hey, dude, is everything okay? I would call him, and I would assume that something happened.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say, I'd call him, and I'd be concerned. I'd say, look, I was waiting, and I would call him at the time of the meeting and say, listen, the meeting's about to start. Something must have come up. Is everything okay? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Guilt him. He needs to feel guilty that he didn't turn up. Yeah. And if he says, oh, I'm sorry, something cropped up, then that's when you say, well, please let me know when you can't turn up to, if you can't turn up to a meeting, because, I set things up to be ready for you. But, okay, that past is past.
Right.
Thursday night, we have a business presentation Thursday night. Let's get you to that so you can get to see the business. So, again, nice and assumptive. He's come to see the business, so I'm not asking him, do you want to come?
Right.
I'm like, he didn't make that first one. He may or may not have a good reason, but if he has a good reason, I'd sympathize. If he has a bad reason, I'd say, in a nice way, kindly respect my time and let me know in future. But I wouldn't say it quite that way. But that's what I would be, my posturing would be saying that. But I would then assume and say, okay, Thursday night, 6:35 and 75, there's a great meeting at the Wyndham, 7:30, and that's your next opportunity to see it. So, let's arrange to meet that night. And I'd be real assumptive and real intentional about it.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's what I shall do.
So you've got to assume something was wrong. Don't be mad at him because he didn't turn up, but you've got to assume, give him the benefit of the doubt is my point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done being mad, but yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So on to my next one. So then I did a follow-up call with Aaron. I got his voicemail that was set up now, and I said, "Hey, Aaron, it's Felice. Hope you're doing well. Please return my call as soon as possible. I have something I want to share with you or talk to you about." I said talk to you about. I didn't say share with you. Talk to you about.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's a perfect message to leave. Good job.
Okay, thank you for that. And then he sent me a text message that said, "I'm with a customer. I will call you back." That call hasn't happened yet. But,
okay.
So then I talked to Tim.
Let's finish off Aaron first.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Okay.
He told you he was going to text you back. It's a little
he sent me a text that said he would call me back.
Okay. I would drop him a text. It might be a little late now, 8:35 p.m. I would say, hey, you mentioned you're going to give me a call back, obviously a little late in the day. I'll be available tomorrow between this time and this time.
Okay.
It's posturing. It's assuming he's going to call you. You're posturing, telling him when you're available and not to call out of those times. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit of a game playing there, but it's posturing.
Okay, I love it.
Of course you love it.
Yes, of course.
All right. So number 3.
So number 3, I called Tim Wynn, there's Tim, and left him a voicemail as well that said, "Hey, Tim, it's Felice. Hope you're doing well. Please give me a call back as soon as possible. I want to talk to you about something."
Yeah, I got something I want to talk to you about. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Great voicemail.
Yes, voicemail. And then he called me back.
Okay, great.
And we have an appointment at 3 o'clock on Thursday.
Look at you go. He's a clever little sausage. That's fantastic. Great job. So let's break that down, okay? So he called you back, and how did the call then go?
Well, I stumbled all over myself. I was at my office, and so I was just finishing up an office call when my phone rang, and I looked down, and I was like, oh, let me, it was him calling me back, and I didn't want it to go to voicemail. So when I answered, I was like, "Hey, Tim," I was like, "Thanks for calling me back." Then I was a little awkward in saying, "Hey," so needless to say, I didn't stick to my script because actually I didn't have it right in front of me when called. But I did stumble to say, I value your opinion, and thank you for helping me in purchasing my car. One of the reasons why I'm calling is because I think I said something to the fact of having bills that are, I forget how I put it because I was kind of nervous when I did it, but I said something about I did throw in that I know he's a person that I value his opinion, and that he's very well connected, and I said I would like to share with you a business project that I'm working on to help me offset the cost of paying for my car and helping my great daughter go to college. And then so he's like, oh. And then so I said, and then I asked him, I said, I have time this week on Thursday, or actually I said tomorrow Wednesday. I said Wednesday or Thursday, and I asked him which one would be better for him. And then
very good.
And then he told me Thursday, and so he said either 2 or 3, and I told him, I said, I know you're really busy, so I promise not to take too much of your time.
Careful with that. I understand you're being respectful, but careful with your posture, because you're putting him above you with that. Be careful.
Okay.
I
think that was wrong when I said it, but
well, it's not wrong, because you're kind and you're a sweetheart and you're empathetic. But there's a way to do it. And what you're doing, and this is a very subtle thing. This is not wrong. This is pure subtlety. But you're immediately demeaning yourself to him a little bit by saying, I know you're really busy. No, you're busy too.
Yeah.
All right? You're busy too. Your time is just as valuable as his. This is a fantastic opportunity. And he should be just as happy to have your time as you are to have his. I understand why you said it, because you're a sweetheart, and sometimes when we're nervous, we say things like that. Yeah. But just be careful with your posture with that. So, I expect we'll probably only need about 30 minutes so you and I can get back to, what we need to do.
Okay, yeah.
Keep yourself on a nice, even field there. So I don't mean to criticize that, because that's a very subtle thing.
No, please. I figured, that there was a better way to do it. Like you said, not that I did it wrong, but there was a better way to do it. And yes, I fall over myself when people are giving me any time of the day, I promise you. So it's something that I have to get better about. And yes, so yeah.
Okay. Good job. Now, there was a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about on that. Big lesson. Keep your scripts to hand, because you never know where they're going to call you back.
Yeah.
So if you've got your script done, you've got your invites written down, have them to hand, because otherwise you can get caught short, like you just did.
Like I did.
So, always just have them there, so you can keep. But the thing is, I can't criticize, because you did a great job and you got the appointment. The whole purpose of these purge calls is to get the appointment, not to have people join the business necessarily. We hope that's going to happen. Our job is to get the opportunity to show them the business, and that's what you did. 100%. Mark that down as a score. We're going to keep score, because on Sunday you're going to tell me out of how many calls you've done, how many appointments we've got set. Okay, so keep score with that one. But very good. Gold star.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, anything else happened today?
Yes.
Right.
Then I called Scott and got his voicemail, of course, and left my message that I'm getting better and better at. So, hi, Scott. This is Felice. Although I did say to him on that, it's Felice. We met, on the plane at Thanksgiving because,
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Okay. So I said
otherwise
that.
He'll be like, who is Felice?
Yeah. And again, I said to him, I hope you're doing well. Please return my call as soon as possible. I have something to talk to you about.
Great. Perfect. How many calls is that for him? How many voicemail messages?
That was one.
Okay, great. Good job. All right, next.
Okay, then I called Mike and said, he answered. So it's like, what? He answered. And so I said, hey, Mike, it's Felice. And he was like, and then so I said, remember, and then I reminded him of where we met and how we met. He's like, oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, we had a great time.
Awesome.
Great. And so I, again, said that I value his opinion, and I have a business project that I'm working on that I would love to get his input on. And he told me, he said, I'm just about to meet up with a group of people that I'm having dinner with, because it was right at 5 o'clock. And I said to him, I said, oh, okay. I said I'm in a bit of a rush too. And he said, can I call you back as soon as I'm finished with my dinner appointment? I was like, of course you can. So, and I asked him, I said, what time do you think that would be? And I suggested around 8. He said, yes, I'll be finished up around 8 o'clock, and I will call you back. And I was like, okay, great.
Okay, be ready. Now, because we've got a challenge here now, because now he's calling you back. You can't necessarily be in such a hurry. So now you need to be ready in kind of a callback mode. He's going to call you. Let's say he calls you at 9 tonight. You need to be ready for him. Because he may be saying, I'm calling you back. What have you got going on?
Yeah.
And you need to be... Okay.
Because he already called me as I was driving home.
Okay.
So
what happened?
So he did say that. He said, he's like, oh, I'm calling you back. And I told him, I said, I'm driving home. I said, I'm, really close to Roy City because we had talked a long time ago about where I lived in. And I said, can we go ahead and set up a meeting time right now? I said, I'm sorry, but, I don't, I'm on the interstate. And I said, so I know that which day is good for me. And then we got to talking about Wednesday, and I was like, oh, that's tomorrow. And then his schedule wasn't available for tomorrow, but on Thursday at 11:45, we are going to meet.
Oh, my gosh. Look at you go, girl. Awesome. Great job. But here's what you did. Here's what you did intuitively, which is so already you're learning like crazy. Intuitively, you were in a hurry to get off the phone. I'm on the interstate. I don't like to use the phone while I'm driving. I'm calling to set up an appointment because I value your opinion or something. That was great. Great job. That was really, really good. Fantastic. I am so going to put my cheerleader outfit on for you. I am going to be so cheering you. Oh, yeah. Trust me. You should see my pom-poms.
Your pom-poms.
Great job. That is so great. Fantastic. Okay, good. So that's score number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right. Anything else happened today?
Oh, my lazy is I did not get back with Gina.
Okay. Yeah, you need to get back with Gina. I mean, I can't tell you anything more than that. Just get back to her. Don't let it go too far, or
I ended on a low note. I should have ended on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's just how it is. Just get back to her tomorrow, and you'll be good.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Good deal. Well, as per normal, we need to make sure we have anything else up today? Not that that's not enough. That's already very good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
All right.
Well,
so we need to get a... Yes,
I reached
go ahead.
out to another person. But it was more of a text because I got a text from someone that was a year ago interested in doing AMBIT, and he sent me a text and said, "Hey, Felice, what's up?" And I returned his text. Yeah, I was at the office. Returned his text to say, hey, there's a lot of good things happening with AMBIT. Due to, and I explained about ambition and gave him that highlight and said, get back with me if you're ready to join. So that was my other person.
Okay, and that was a text?
Yeah, that was text, and his name is Doug.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes when you're following up with people like that, to update people with things that have changed is great. So, yeah, that sounds good. Usually it's kind of like the same call as when you're calling someone from the drip list you haven't spoken to for 3 or 6 months. You go through the 3 changes, which I'm sure you've heard me talk about on the calls. You know, what's changed about Ambit, what's changed about you, and maybe what's changed about him, and maybe it's an appropriate time for him to have a look again. So in his case, I would text this or whatever. I would say, hey, listen, update on Ambit since we last spoke. Just had Ambition, just launched Canada, just done this, just done that. Since we last spoke, you can maybe mention that you've promoted if you have. If not, you can say I'm getting really close to my next promotion, so things are going really, really well for me. So we're going to do 3 changes, and then with him, I'd say, we last spoke. How long ago did you last speak with him?
It was about, let me look at my text message. It was maybe, I want to say, like close to 4 months ago.
Okay. And, so you can say, obviously a lot happens in 4 months, and with the changes gone on with Ambit, I'm sure things are developing in your life. Maybe now is the time to be appropriate to relook at Ambit again.
Yeah.
So that's how I usually do my follow-ups. Is the 3 changes: Ambit, you, and them, and then it may be an appropriate time to have to readdress the Ambit business again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. All right. So we need to get a couple more invites done. So you're ready for tomorrow. We've got still a little bit more following up to do, but who else have we got on our list?
Okay, we have Linda, and do you want me to talk about her first, or you want me to tell you?
Yeah. How old is Linda?
Linda is 60, late 60s. She is works extremely hard. She's like an executive assistant or an account manager, but every time I see her, she is working a ton of hours. She wants to retire in the next couple of years. The sooner the better. And so, it's something it's something I really want to share with her.
Okay. Do you want to have a go at kind of working through an invite rather than me telling you how to do it? Do you want to have a go at it?
Yeah.
All right. So first on the list, what would you do first?
Okay. So calling her, hi Linda, it's Felice. I'm rushing. I would say something like, she knows the type of business I work in. I'm just in between patients, so I only have a moment. But I wanted to call you right quick to. Wait a minute now. Okay. So I want to call you really quickly.
So again, let's make it easy for you. Let's break it down into the 6 parts. So first of all, absolutely right. Let's make it a hurry. So second thing on the list is your why.
Put in my why, yes.
So what would you then? What kind of thing would you say?
As you know, my granddaughter is a great artist and has a desire to go to college, and my dream is to help her fulfill her dream. So I'm working on a business project, or I got started with a business project that's going really well for me. And I wanted to share with you what I'm doing so that it's also going to help me retire early. And so I thought this may or may not be for you. But I know you shared with me that you have a desire to quit working so hard and retire as soon as possible. And so I'm available this week on Sunday or after church, or I can we can meet for coffee at Friday at 6 when you get off and I get off. So I don't know when she gets off.
Good. Yeah, you got all the elements in there. I'd tidy up a little bit.
Yeah.
So first of all, make sure you're in a hurry. Hey, listen, what was her name again? Linda.
Linda.
Hey, Linda, I'm in a little bit of a hurry. I've got to get back into the office, or I've got to, I've got a meeting with my work colleagues. I've got to but I've been meaning to give you a call because I know I have a granddaughter who needs to get to college, and I want to make sure she gets to college. Again, keep it conversational. Talking about fulfilling your granddaughter's dreams. Yeah. I know that's true, but it might not be normal conversation. That might be something you'd say on stage.
Yeah. Okay.
When you're talking about your ambit business. So I'd probably get rid of the decorative language.
Okay.
And I would just keep it more practical. I'm not criticizing what you're saying.
Yes.
It's just that I think that it needs to just keep it more conversational. I'd say, hey, listen, Jaden's going to college in a few years, and I want to make sure she gets through college without any college debt. It's really important to me. So I've started a new business project that's actually going really, really well. But here's what I'd also do with her. I would throw in salt her oats for wanting to retire, and because you could say, and obviously I'm not far from retirement for myself, so it's not only going to help Jaden, it's actually going to contribute a lot to my retirement. And reason why I'm giving you so you've had being in a hurry, your why, and the hook. So being in a hurry, there's a bit of a hurry right now. I've got to get into a meeting, but I've been meaning to give you a call. Here's the why. But you know that Jaden's going to be going into college shortly. I want to make sure she has her college funds done. And then now here's the hook. So I started a business project, which is I'm really excited about. And not only is it going to get her college funds paid, but it's actually going to make a major contribution to my retirement. So we've salted the oats. She's excited. Now, number 4, I would say, so I've been. I'm calling you for a couple of reasons. First of all, I just want you to know what I'm doing. It's really important that I network any business project we're doing because I'd like you to let people know what I'm doing, but also you may be able to make me some introductions. But secondly, Linda, and this was what was really important to me. Last time we spoke, you mentioned a real strong desire to be retiring in the next couple of years. And I was thinking this actually may be something that would really suit you as well. I don't know if it's going to be your cup of tea. Nice and quick. Bang. I don't know if it's going to be your cup of tea or not. So there's the nice doorway out. If this is not going to be your cup of tea, so she can relax. Mm-hmm. But I know you finish work on Friday like about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Or if that doesn't work for you, I get out of church like 12:30 on Sunday. Let's get together and let me show you what I'm doing. See if it makes sense for you. And again, if not, no worries. You may be able to make some introductions for me. So it's a very solid, confident, postured invite.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're probably writing things down like crazy there, but this I'm going to try and get this posted tonight so you can listen to, because I've got last night's call to post and tonight's call to post, and it takes time. Okay. But that's how I would deal with that. All 6 items in that order, that kind of approach. It's well postured, and she's going to want to see you. I'm confident.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that. That would be really helpful getting it posted so I can listen to it over and over again. And what I did with Aaron, because he's the one person I haven't talked to, but I've practiced the most, so of course that's going to happen. But I have my memo thing, and so I talk into it, and it writes it out.
Right.
And so I know I'm stumbling over it. So of course, in my head, it's perfect, and I execute it flawlessly. But when I start verbalizing it just, I get all flustered and flubbered. And so I've been doing that to, go over.
Great idea.
So that's one thing that I've done in these last 2 days is just trying that. And then it's going to get more fluid. I know it, but I just am so nervous and excited and just, and then I just stumble over things. But I know for a fact that after this experience, I will be as polished as you are.
That is awesome. You'll only be as polished as me when you have an English accent, though. I'm just telling you, all right? I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm just going to develop it.
No worries. Well, I'll make sure I get. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say I'm going to channel my inner Madonna and begin to talk.
There you go. She did a good job. She switched it all of a sudden. So why can't you?
Exactly. Why not me? And
all right. So that.
Hang out with you long enough, I'll get that pretty fast.
Well, I'm sure we'll find plenty of reasons to hang out together. So that'll be awesome.
I'm already saying lovely.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, great. All right, so that's Linda. Let's do one more. Who's next?
Linda. Okay. Next is Joe, and I'm really excited to talk to him as well.
Okay. Tell me about Joe. How old?
He is mid-50s.
Okay.
He
married?
Is married. Yes, married. He has
kids?
2 children, but they're older. I mean, they're like out of school. His daughter may be college age, but I don't think she's attending college.
Okay. What does he do?
He owns his own business, but I didn't ask him exactly what it was.
Do you know what field it's in?
I'm sorry? No, I don't.
Do you know what?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So what do you think you're going to do with Joe? How well do you know Joe?
More of a casual acquaintance. We don't hang out or anything, but whenever I see him, he always has a story for me.
Okay.
So he's very personable and.
Does he have any pains? Do you know?
Not that I know personally. That he has a personal pain, but he was saying something about his business or starting his business. And interestingly enough, when I was talking to him, he was giving me this story about he lives next door to one of the women that are on the reality show Real Housewives of Dallas.
Oh, okay.
And so he was saying more something about that than about what his business is. But
okay.
I think
all right. So what type of approach do you think you'd like to do with him?
More of the mentoring kind of opinion. You're a business person, so give me feedback, and you have connections.
That's it. Exactly it. So give him a call. Make sure you're in a hurry. Tell him your why. You got a new business you're really excited about. It's going to get Jaden's college fund paid for, but not only that. Not only is it going to get Jaden's college fund paid for, but it's also going to get a bunch of my retirement done. So it's really important to me. Reason why I'm calling you, a couple of reasons. I know you're really well connected as a business owner, and I just want people to know what I'm doing. And certainly you may be able to refer some people to me. But as importantly as that, Joe, I now you've got to compliment him so that it gives meaning to the opinion. I've always, known you as a business owner. You've, obviously have a successful business. This is new for me, and I really wanted to kind of get your thoughts and feedback, and not necessarily mentorship because that implies time, but certainly some thoughts and advice as to maybe the best way I can be running my business. And then I'd say, and I don't need to say it may or may not be your cup of tea because we're not offering them the business. Right. But then I would say, can I get you a coffee in after work? I'm not sure what time you finish work, or at the weekend after church would be just as fine. I'd really appreciate having some of your time.
Okay, awesome. All right. So let me ask you a question because this week or on Friday I'm flying to California. So I'm not going to be here this weekend. So would it be okay to set an appointment for next week with them, or is that just
too much? Absolutely. No. That's perfectly fine. Okay. It's got to be when, it's convenient for both of you. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was a bit of a concern for me. I was like trying to, like, I want to get as many appointments as I can before I go. But I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm running out of runway here, and is it okay if I set an appointment for next week?
Right. Yeah, absolutely fine. No problem at all.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Okay, cool. All right, well, that's good. I don't want to make the call too late for you. I want to make sure you can get plenty of sleep and stuff. So let's end the call tonight. Great job today. 2 scored. That's fantastic. Yeah. And I can really tell you're kind of getting the feel for everything. This invite will trip off the tongue in no time, and it's just practice and stuff. And I love the idea of the recording yourself. It's getting used to saying the words and having the words come out of your mouth. So fantastic.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'm glad you see something that sort of have an inkling with, like, so far away from this.
No, you're doing great. I mean, we're only second day in, and already you're doing great. And as I say, how can anyone criticize someone who's just got 2 appointments from some pretty strong people? So, great job.
Thank you.
All right, let me get this posted for you. I'll text you when I've got it up there. It may be a little late because once I've got it edited and I post it, it takes time to get up there. But it'll be there waiting for you. All right, lovely.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. All right, you too. Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.